President Vladimir Putin on Thursday said Russia has tested a new intermediate-range missile in a strike on Ukraine, and he warned that Moscow could use it against countries that allowed Kyiv to use their missiles to strike Russia. In a nationwide TV address, he said that Thursday's strike on Ukraine came in response to Ukrainian strikes on the Russian territory in which US and British missiles were used earlier this week. Putin declared that Russia would issue advance warnings before strikes on other countries to allow civilians to evacuate to safety, and added that US air defense systems wouldn't be capable of intercepting Russian missiles.
В ответ на применение американского и британского дальнобойного оружия 21 ноября текущего года российские вооруженные силы нанесли комбинированный удар по одному из объектов оборонно-промышленного комплекса Украины. В боевых условиях было проведено в том числе и испытание одной из новейших российских ракетных систем средней дальности. В данном случае с баллистической ракетой в безъядерном гиперзвуковом оснащении. Мы считаем себя вправе применять наше оружие против военных объектов тех стран, которые позволяют применять свое оружие против наших объектов. А в случае эскалации агрессивных действий будем отвечать также решительно и зеркально. Об этом рекомендую серьезно задуматься и правящим элитам тех стран, которые вынашивают планы использовать против России свои воинские контингенты.
A spokesman for Russian President Vladimir Putin refused to comment when asked about claims of Russia launching an intercontinental missile. "I recommend addressing the military. I have nothing to say on this topic," Dmitry Peskov said on Thursday. Ukraine had earlier in the day said Russia launched an intercontinental ballistic missile overnight at Dnipro city. Peskov did reiterate that the U.S. decision to allow Ukraine to use Western-made weapons to strike Russia represents a new escalation and an irresponsible position of the outgoing Biden administration. "They continue to pour fuel into the fire of this conflict," Peskov said.
Нет, вы знаете, я рекомендую это обращаться к военным. Сейчас мне по этой теме нечего сказать. Происходит новая эскалация, это очень безответственная позиция, которую занимает уходящая администрация. Они продолжают подливать масло в огонь этого конфликта, всячески препятствуя хоть какой-то динамике на его завершение. Используя при этом, естественно, Украину как инструмент в своих руках в своей войне с Российской Федерацией.
Several thousand NATO troops took part in large-scale artillery drills in Finland for the first time since the country joined the military transatlantic alliance. More than 3,600 soldiers and around 1,000 military vehicles took part in NATO's largest dynamic front artillery exercise in Finland's Arctic, less than 100 kilometers away from the Russian border. "We're here to reassure our partners and allies that we can deploy to tough and demanding environments, train in any conditions, organize ourselves as allies and partners in multiple configurations," Major General John Rafferty, commanding general of the U.S. 56th Artillery Command, told journalists, adding that the drills are not held in response to anything. The exercise aims to train interoperability at one of the largest firing ranges in Europe, measuring more than 1,200 square kilometers in cold weather conditions. A Finnish officer, Captain Alexander Siren, who works as a liaison officer for the UK artillery unit at the drills, says Finnish soldiers can provide allies with the expertise on how to operate in sub-zero conditions under the snow, adding that allied nations get a lot from this and how they can operate. Standing near a French-made Caesar self-propelled howitzer, the commander of the gun, Sergeant Dillon, says the drills helped him and his unit to push their limits. "We actually learn a lot, both about ourselves, about our equipment, and about our way of working," he told AP.
the message we're sending, I think, up front is that when we train together, we're much stronger together. We're here to reassure our partners and allies that we can deploy to tough and demanding environments, train in any conditions, organize ourselves as allies and partners in multiple configurations.
Just the little details, how we survive in the winter, how do we operate in the winter, how our guns work in winter conditions, what kind of area this northern Finland is, how are the roads, everything starting from little details. So our allied nations, they get a lot from this, just how they can operate in here.
C'est vrai que là, avec le froid, on essaye de aussi nous connaître un peu mieux et de repousser les limites. Donc non, pour le coup, on en apprend beaucoup en fait sur nous, sur notre matériel également et sur notre façon de travailler en travaillant justement dans ces conditions-là.